comments. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary at the Government House Leader.
Yes, Madam Speaker, do the contrast. I'm on game for that, He says they're a capitalistic government. Do you know in last year, Canada was ranked #1 in the G7 in terms of direct foreign investment to Canada. It was ranked #3 in the world, Madam Speaker. I would suggest to you that those that are investing, those countries abroad and those people abroad realize that Canada is a good place to invest. The facts demonstrate that from last year. So how is it, and I would suggest to you, it's in good part because of things like the number of trade agreements that we have signed off on. And that is important. No government has signed off on more free trade agreements than this government. That is a fact. My question to the member opposite is, why did he vote against the Canada-Ukraine trade agreement?
I want to remind members that when the honourable member was making his speech, nobody was interrupting him. And if those members who are speaking out of turn are trying to answer the question, they should ask to be part of the debate and want to be recognized when I call for resuming debate instead of trying to take part in the debate when they're not supposed to. The honourable member for Bay of Quinte.
Madam Speaker, there's a lot of questions there, but when we look at trade agreements, the government just lost a trade agreement with the UK, couldn't get that signed. The EU agreement was signed because of the work done by the previous Conservative government to get that rolling. When we talk about foreign direct investment, of course there's records when the government has spent $50 billion of its own money to create subsidies for those companies to come in. But when we look at growth rates for the OECD, Canada is dead last, with an economy right now is performing 5 times less growth than the U.S. economy, and that growth is buoyed by what? Public spending, which is 5 times any other spending by the private sector. Madam Speaker, it's because of government spending that's driving inflation, high interest rates, but more the higher cost of living, public spending, and it's hurting Canadians. We need to change that.